was my fault, of course, and you know that. But I have made it through all of that, and I do have wonderful, great daughters. I can hardly wait till Monday because my middle daughter is returning from studying at Oxford University this year. She just is graduating, hopefully, so that'll be great when she gets home. And I have been married for going on 33 years now to my wonderful wife, Deanna, who's been through lots of ups and downs of the entrepreneurial life and the hardships of trying to live our faith and being involved in politics. And Deanna says, you know, after 32 years, I've given her 7 of the very best years of her life. You guys know what I mean, too, don't you? And it's not like a whole year. It's like 15 minutes here, 30 minutes here, 20 minutes here. Pretty soon, it's like a whole year, and you start adding them all up. You know, I used to say, you know, my wife and I have been married for 32 years, and my wife and I got married 32 years ago. We've been happily married for 25 years. But it's wonderful to have a great wife and a great family, and it's a great source of encouragement to me. So a lot of these things that we count on as institutions in our country are under attack, and that's what I want to talk about a little bit today, and what we can do as Christians in our society. And I'm going to take my watch off here. How much time do we have, by the way? Do you know? Yeah, okay, great. Well, you know what it means when a politician or a preacher sets their watch on the podium here? Absolutely nothing. Doesn't mean anything. So, at any rate, I thought that there was just an interesting little piece in the Wall Street Journal this morning as I was getting out of my truck. And it's kind of a sign of the times, really, that shows how far afield we've come from where we started as a country. That Tim Tebow is on the front page of the Wall Street Journal up here. It says God's quarterback, and then when you go into the review section on the Weekend Journal, you have this huge part of the paper about Tim Tebow, and it's all about how his Christian faith is, etc. And when you think about it, the thing that's incredible about what they call the Tim Tebow phenomenon is the fact that he's doing all the stuff that we'd want him to do, that what our founders would want us to do, like your neighbors would want him to do, and that for some reason is so unusual that it's newsworthy. Now, we have too many examples every single day in the paper and on the television, on the internet, etc., about all of the different things that are happening that would probably make people in the founding era of our country roll over in their graves. We've come so far. It's been an incredible thing when you think about it, how the United States of America, how the state of Colorado actually came to be. What an incredible, miraculous thing that happened when the United States of America, when the British colonies began to thrive, when people came to the New World to have religious freedom. You think about the big steps in human history, the big quantum leaps in human thought, and I come up with 2 of the biggest that I think exist. One was when the people of Israel entered into a covenant with God Himself. I shall be your God, and you shall be my people. Now, we take that for granted. We think about that. We read it. We read it in the Bible. We all know it. We know that the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. We know of the great covenant between Israel and God. But that was a big deal. That was the biggest thing that had ever happened in history. When you think about it, the concept of even conceiving and accepting and embracing the concept of one God was completely foreign. Every citizen, every civilization up until that time were polytheists. And they were polytheists in a big way. They had gods to the sun, gods to the sky, gods to the ocean, gods to the earth, gods to animals, God to that chair. It was polytheism. Everything was a god. That was their answer. And for humankind to make that leap to monotheism and to accept that relationship with God, and not just a one-way relationship, but a covenant that works both ways. Not just a contract, but a covenant. There's a big difference. You know, a contract and a covenant require different things from different people. And a covenant is a great two-way commitment that requires both sides to function in a certain way. Stronger than a contract, more important than a contract. And when you think about the other great leap in human thinking and who we are as human beings, the other great leap, in my opinion, is the whole concept that the founders of this country, building off of the Magna Carta, committed themselves and their lives and their honor and their sacred fortunes to the belief that our rights come from God. Our rights come from God. Before that, we had kings, city-states. Your rights came from the king. Your rights came from the crown. But no, not now. That's the miracle of what America is all about. Is that quantum intellectual leap that moved humankind in such a great way. To say that we dare to claim that covenant between us and God, between the Creator and the universe, and us as individuals and as a people. That our rights cannot be taken away. Because if our rights come from God, they can't be taken away. If rights come from man, anyone can take them away. It's the biggest leap since the Old Covenant. Now, many people have been to New England, and you've seen the village square. And the village squares in New England are a little bit different than the village squares here in the West or in the South. And it's not that we don't have village squares out here, but they're very different. I mean, we have a village square in Castle Rock. But what's in the middle of that square? Courthouse. Well, there's a reason that all the village squares, now you think about it in the West, all the village squares have a courthouse in the middle of their village square. Well, that's from a tradition from New England. Because we put the center of law in the village square to note where our laws come from. Well, maybe that's a little bit of difficult connection, so let me help you with that. If you look at the village square in New England, there's nothing on the village square. They're empty. What's important about the village square isn't that there's a village square, it's on the corner, and there are churches on the corner. And when you think about how did we take this idea, this huge leap in humankind, in human thought, that our rights could come from God, how did we organize ourselves to actually create what is arguably the greatest nation in humankind? A little bit of under attack right now, but I think we still can be. And we've got great opportunity to continue to be that great city set on a hill. That John Winthrop talked to the people on the Arabella about how it was our duty to be a city set on a hill. Oh man, you talk about, well, America should be a city set on a hill. We should be the highest and best. We should take those basic values that have made us such a great nation, and we should shine that light out to all the world, and we should strive as a people and as a husband and as a father and a brother and a son. We should strive to be our highest and best, to be that city set on a hill that our founders demanded that we should be. Matter of fact, they believed that they would bring shame on God Himself. and the countless thousands and thousands that had gone before them in the faith in Jesus Christ, the faith in that covenant with God, the old covenant and the new covenant, that we should be a city set on the hill, and that we would bring shame, eternal shame, to our friends and ancestors, and that those who went before us and sacrificed us, if we didn't live up to that demand that we be a city set on a hill. Well, we started off from the right place, that's for sure. And then we organized things in a way that was the most powerful organizational tool in the history of certainly Western civilization, if not all of civilization. Another miraculous construct that happened in the beginning and the foundation of our country.